You don't actually want change. You want relief. And those are not the same thing. You see, change, it demands identity. Relief demands comfort. Most people say they're stuck. They're not. Because stuck is not real. Familiar is real. And familiar, even when it hurts, feels safer than free. If you've been circling the same ceiling, having the same conversations with different faces, making the same almost moves that never land, you're not stuck, you're loyal. You're loyal to a version of yourself that no longer fits the life you claim you want. Here's the part that most people avoid. We get addicted to who we've been. Not because it's powerful, not because it's aligned, because it's known. Your nervous system is wired for survival, not expansion. It will choose predictable pain over unpredictable growth every time. That's why you tolerate dynamics that you've overgrown, and you do it over and over and over and over again. That's why you revisit habits you swore you were done with. That's why momentum scares you right when it starts working. The old version of you still has voting rights, and it votes for safety. It votes for safety every time. You don't rise to goals, no. You fall back into identity. If somewhere inside, you still carry the story of the overlooked one, the late bloomer, the misunderstood one, the one who almost had it all, your behavior will protect that narrative. It'll do it quietly, subconsciously, relentlessly. You see, the mind would rather preserve the story than unlock your potential. See, opportunity doesn't change identity. Detachment does. And most people aren't willing to detach from the version of themselves that once protected them. The old version of you has a skill set. That skill set knows how to survive. It knows what rooms it belongs in. It knows what kind of love it gets. It knows what kind of disappointment it can tolerate. Now, the new version? Unproven, uncomfortable, unpredictable. So what happens? You delay. You overthink. You wait for alignment. You call hesitation wisdom. But here's the truth. If you change, you lose your excuses. And excuses aren't laziness. Excuses are identity infrastructure. They explain why your life looks the way it does. Remove them, and now it's on you. All on you. That level of responsibility feels like falling way before it ever would feel like flying. And here's the line that most people won't say out loud. You're not afraid of failure. No, you're afraid of succeeding as someone you don't recognize. Because if you win as a new version of you, the old one dies. And the ego would rather live small than die upgraded. Sit with that. A wolf that outgrows the cage does not negotiate with the bars. It doesn't decorate them. It doesn't intellectualize them. It doesn't romanticize survival. It leaves. But leaving requires grief. You grieve the old coping strategies. You grieve the smaller rooms. You grieve the narratives that once made sense. Growth without grief feels like identity death. And when it starts to feel like death, most people retreat. They call it timing. They call it wisdom. They call it not being ready. It's not readiness. It's attachment. So here's the real question. Are you stuck? Or are you afraid of who you'd have to become if you weren't? Because becoming demands new standards. Becoming demands new boundaries, new habits, new silence, new accountability. You can't bring the old self fully into that arena. It will slow drag at the door. It will make a compelling case for one more day, It will whisper nostalgia. At some point, the work isn't strategy. At some point, the work is separation. It's a clean break from the version of you that survived. Survived, but cannot lead. You are not stuck. You are mid-shed. And shedding feels like loss before it becomes, or feels like expansion. The cage isn't external anymore. The cage is nostalgic. It's built from memory, from familiarity, from what you've already survived. And nostalgia is one of the most sophisticated prisons ever constructed. It feels like home. But this isn't about becoming someone else. It's about releasing who you no longer are. When you stop protecting the old identity, you don't force growth. No, you stop resisting it. If you found something in this video that sparked a thought, shifted your perspective, or just made you feel more grounded, consider showing some love by buying me a coffee. It helps fuel the channel, keeps the uploads coming, and lets me know that the content matters to you. The link's right below in the description or on my channel banner. No pressure, just appreciation if you're moved to support. And as always, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I am Tony Victory, A Wolf Uncaged. Thank you. Peace.